Here. Go on, get out of here. Beat it. What's the matter with you? Want to get your skull full of lead? I thought you were smart enough trying to stick your kiss in a place like this.
With his short stature and clipped speech, he made a most unlikely leading man. Charged with limitless energy, he gained fame as a tough guy who used his fists to get things done. But he never forgot his song and dance roots, and that musical talent helped him gain Hollywood's highest honor. A tireless worker, he stretched his talents many times, even when the audience preferred him to remain pigeonholed. In a town where careers have more ups and downs than a roller coaster, he stayed on top until the end. He is the one and only James Cagney. James Francis Cagney Jr. was born on July 17, 1899 in New York City. Young Jim gained a love of performing and made his stage debut as a chorus girl in the 1919 show Every Sailor. Like many New York actors, Cagney came west, and in 1930 he was signed by Warner Brothers. The actor would become a star with his fifth picture for the studio. 1931's Public Enemy proved a sensation, and Cagney was simply superb as Tom Powers, a hood who goes after his partner's killers. Originally, the actor was supposed to play a supporting role, but his streetwise swagger made him perfect for the lead. Despite worries that it glamorized gangsters, the film was a smash at the box office. James Cagney became a star of the highest order, and the studio quickly put him in Blonde Crazy.
Now, what do you want?
Just a smile. Come on, let's have it. Atta baby.
Scamp.
Joan Blondell, an old friend from New York who had also appeared in Public Enemy, was his co-star.
You're blocking traffic.
In Blonde Crazy, Cagney was a fast-talking bellhop who finds greener pastures as a con man.
He's dynamite.
Blondell played the trusting girl who makes the mistake of helping out and falling in love with
Well,
him.
he can't do me any harm. I haven't any money, and I don't shoot craps.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe you have something else he can use.
I want you, that's all. Anne, let's get married.
That's sweet of you, Bert. I wish you'd told me that long ago.
Why?
It's too late now, Bert.
The duo was a hit on screen, and they were re-teamed in the 1933 musical treat Footlight Parade. Filled with outstanding Busby Berkeley dance numbers, the film was a success, despite bad reviews for its leading man. Cagney's performance was charming, but it seemed critics weren't quite ready for their Public Enemy to do song and dance. The actor's star continued to rise at Warner Brothers as he headlined Here Comes the Navy.
Here comes the most thrilling picture ever filmed about the adventures of Uncle Sam's Navy.
Stay at next action because they're coming to get you.
Wait a minute, sailor. Wait a minute. Take it easy. Well, you're aboard. Remember, you're in the Navy. And I'm your senior officer. And from now on, call me Mister.
Teamed with real-life pals Pat O'Brien and Frank McHugh, the film was fast-paced fun. A smash financially and critically. Here Comes the Navy even got an Oscar nomination for Best Picture of the Year.
I want you to make up with Biff.
Nothing doing. I got some pride.
Honey, you would if you loved me.
It's a battle against aviation's greatest enemy. Just one of the many breathtaking incidents in Sealing Zero.
Sealing Zero put Cagney back in action, and again he was paired with Pat O'Brien.
I've never met anyone quite like you before.
And I hope you don't again.
Sort of goofy and tough and sweet. All at the same time.
The duo played war veterans still flying together in peacetime. In this typically solid Howard Hawks picture, romance, action, and comedy all blended into one irresistible package.
Dizzy, don't. Dizzy.
She's mushing along at 85 and losing altitude fast.
I'm warning you back to Newark. No arguing and no grandstanding. Now get that ship over the field.
Getting very heavy now, Jake. Ice all over.
These two-fisted vehicles and their subsequent box office success gave Cagney the clout to stretch his acting muscles. In Warner Brothers' all-star production of Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, he did just that. Cagney played Bottom, the egotistic weaver who plays a crucial part in this lively farce. Directed by Max Reinhardt, the film captured one of the Bard's most energetic plays, and the cast was up to the task. The glistening cinematography by Hal Moore won an Oscar, the only award ever given for a write-in candidate. Cagney received mixed reviews for his performance, with many critics naming him as the film's main failure. Never one to be defeated by bad notices, he still stood in the mid-1930s as one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Cagney took a brief leave from Warner's and did a change of pace at Grand National Studios in 1937. Something to Sing About was a musical about a performer who gets tempted by Hollywood until the happy ending finds him back home in New York. Always considering himself a song and dance man, this one was a pleasure for Cagney to make. Filled with energetic dance numbers, the film received critical praise and did well at the box office.
The slums of the big town, as packed with drama and danger as the squalid streets of some native quarter. In the heart of this melting pot of crime stands an oasis, where one man struggles against the forces that turn his loved ones to lives of violence and shame. Into this atmosphere walks the most ruthless character.
Angels with Dirty Faces was a return to Warner's and gangster roles, and it proved a superior work on every level. The story pitted Cagney's hoodlum character against his childhood pal, now a priest, played by Pat O'Brien.
Angels with Dirty Faces.
Morning, gentlemen. Nice day for murder.
Where's Frazier?
Where's that $100 grand?
Think we're going to pay off, huh?
Certainly. If I don't get that dough in 3 minutes, Frazier's going to be splashed all over the best hideout in town.
I'm going to use your case as a crowbar to pry open and uncover this cesspool. I'm going to force the law, corrupt or not.
The dead-end kids were present as troubled youths, tempted by the criminal life and its easy money.
Listen, some of these days you're going to stick your nose in, you're going to get something in it.
Well, I only thought it was...
Shut up!
Humphrey Bogart was also on hand as Cagney's partner and eventual enemy, a dishonest gangland lawyer. A smash hit, the film also got Jim his first Oscar nomination as Best Actor.
All right, give him the tear gas.
Rocky, what are you doing up here? Go on, get out of here, beat it! What's the matter with you? Want to get your skull full of lead? I thought you were smart enough trying to stick your kids in a place like this.
I couldn't stand by and watch him shoot you down, Rocky.
The Oklahoma Kid.
Put it away, Hanley. Kid, I want to talk to you.
Well, go ahead and talk.
I want that Indian money.
Well, go and get it from the Indians.
Kid, I'm giving you a break because I'm pressed for time. All right. Now, come on, get over here, all of you. Right over here. That's fine. Play, Professor.
Both Cagney and Humphrey Bogart looked ill at ease in Western garb for the Oklahoma Kid. Jim wore the white hat and Bogey the black, but neither city boy was quite believable among the sagebrush. Despite the uncomfortable stars, this horse opera proved fast-paced, if forgettable, entertainment.
Listen, I learned this about human nature when I was about so high, and that is that the strong take it away from the weak, and the smart take it away from the strong.
I suppose you never heard of law.
It's the only law that I know is worth the hoot in this part of the country. The only law.
In 1920, Prohibition arrived, and a country just recovering from the war jitters fell into a new delirium. The bootlegger sprang into being. Overnight, he switched the nation's mind from battles to bottles. An evasion of the law became the new national pastime. Hijacking on the high seas became daily front-page news.
Cagney and Bogart were paired again during a decade known as the Roaring '20s. Torn from yesterday's headlines, the film was a fast and furious look at the world of illegal booze. The starring duo started out as pals in this one, playing World War I vets who come back to the States and get involved in bootlegging.
Put that gun away. I get good and ready. That friendship stuff don't mean a thing to me. This guy's got enough on us to...
You won't talk.
He better not.
You don't like the racket I'm in, you don't like the people I know, the things I do, and it's not me, it's what I stand for, all right? But I'm not gonna let that stand between you and me. You want the Brooklyn Bridge, all you gotta do is ask for it. If I can't buy it, I'll steal it.
Say, what's this kid got on you?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever it takes to get a guy like me, she's got.
You two guys think you're pretty cute. Now, you listen to me. You tipped off the feds I was running in a load last night, and they took it away from me. And you lifted it from them.
You're talking through your hat.
It makes a lot of noise when you eat spaghetti, too.
You're cute. But not cute enough.
Directed with muscle by Raoul Walsh, the exciting drama followed the pair as they became deadly enemies.
Here comes a strawberry blonde.
Fed up with tough guy roles, Jim tried a change of pace called The Strawberry Blonde. This turn-of-the-century comedy found the star falling for the girl of the title, played by Rita Hayworth. Of course, the road to love is never easy, especially with good girl Olivia de Havilland and deceitful pal Jack Carson nearby. The critics raved over the film, saying that Cagney was good, but overshadowed by his lovely leading ladies.
And the band played on.
Oh, boy, she's all the fudge. That time when you kissed me when we were dancing, was that just one of those things, or... I mean, did it mean anything to you, or was it just one of the...
Bill, do you think I'm the kind of a girl who just goes around kissing boys?
Oh, no, certainly not. It was just that...
Why, I've a good mind to come over there and...
Aha! A college man. Now I'm scared.
How Cagney does fight with that left and that right for those strawberry blondes. He's not scientific, but simply terrific when he's got these gals in his arms. It's just made for you, it's a real sockaroo. See strawberry blonde, boy, it's terrific. See strawberry blonde.
Never one to be outdone, Jim's next role would gain him the movie industry's highest honor.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July.
In the smash Yankee Doodle Dandy, The star got to play a man he had admired since his start in show business, George M. Cohan.
My mother thanks you. My father thanks you. My sister thanks you. And I thank you. Hey, Dad, will you talk to Josie and tell her just because she's going to be married, there's no reason to break up the act?
George, I'm afraid your mother and I are breaking up the act before Josie is.
You hear that, Sam? All three of them walking out on me. You get that curtain up. You can't ring down on a George M. Cohan song.
Over there, over there.
Cohan was an early 20th century songwriter and performer whose work included the World War I standard, Over There. The film also starred Walter Houston and Joan Leslie, and it proved a patriotic hit as America entered World War II. Cagney did a fine job in the role, winning the Best Actor Oscar for his energetic performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, because of the highly personal quality of our business, I've always had the feeling, ever since coming into it, that you can only be as good as the other fellow thinks you are. And it seems that quite a number of people have thought a good job has been done. And that makes me very happy. And just one added thought, I might say, it was a pretty good part. Thank you.
Cagney was still at the top of his game, but he also proved anxious to branch out into producing. He and his brother Bill formed Cagney Productions in 1943, much to Jack Warner's dismay. Jim and his newly formed company made their debut in 1945 with Blood on the Sun, a brutal film meant to capitalize on the mood against wartime enemy Japan. Set in the 1930s, Cagney was a Tokyo-based newspaper reporter in hot water for standing up against the menacing Japanese forces.
Hello, Oshma. What's on your mind?
Nick, There's a matter to discuss, if you please.
Shoot.
It is an official matter of great importance.
Oh, great. Come on in, we'll talk it over.
In an original twist, the film had its hero dispatching his enemies using judo instead of the usual fisticuffs.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
But Cagney stumbled when his own company produced The Time of Your Life, based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning play by William Saroyan. An odd slice-of-life drama, the story kept Cagney, as a barroom philosopher, sitting down through much of the action.
Before you go, take this dime and put it in the phonograph. Number 6 and 7.
Joe, what do you hear in those old songs anyway? I bet we listen to them 10 times a day. Why can't we ever hear number 16 or 11 or 2 or something? There's lots of other numbers.
Put the dime in the phonograph.
Despite a hand-picked cast that included William Bendix, Ward Bond, and Wayne Morris, the film failed to click at the box office. Many critics were kind, but a seated Jim just didn't draw crowds. 1949 found Jim returning home to Warner Brothers for the most powerful gangster role of his career. As mother-obsessed Cody Jarrett in White Heat, the star gave one of his best performances under the tense direction of Raoul Walsh.
You won't get away with it, Cody.
Cody, huh? You got a good memory for names. Too good.
Cagney took the part mainly because he wanted to be in a box office hit again, and his judgment proved right. Critics raved over the actor's return to the genre he helped define, and movie fans agreed. Cagney followed up the white-hot success of White Heat with the violent drama Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye.
May I look at that gun, please?
Though the film had the actor in fine form, critics and audiences paid little attention.
It's the book that opened the eyes of an entire nation.
They said it couldn't be made into a picture.
After several years of uninspired pictures, Cagney returned with a vengeance in 1953's A Lion in the Streets. Again presented by Cagney Productions, the storyline followed the rise and fall of a Huey Long-like politician in the South. Cagney gained his best reviews in years for the part, though the film proved unsuccessful at the box office.
A lion in the street.
Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me.
In 1955, Love Me or Leave Me cast the star in his final gangster role, and it was one of his best. The film told the true story of singer Ruth Etting, and Cagney was the vicious hood called the Gimp. Doris Day proved a revelation as Etting, and she credited her co-star with helping her off camera.
Love me or leave me.
For his searing performance, Cagney received his third and final Academy Award nomination.
Now hear this. Now hear this.
Mr. Roberts will report to the captain's cabin on the double.
Give me that. Roberts, you get up here in one quick hurry. I'm giving you an order. This is finally the showdown. We are going to have it out right here and now. You hear, Roberts? Get up here now.
You want to see me, Captain?
You stabbed me in the back. You stabbed me in the...
Will the doctor please report to the captain's cabin on the double?
Mr. Roberts was the star's next film, and it proved a successful screen translation of the hit play. Henry Fonda starred in the title role, one he had played for years on Broadway. Cagney had the plum supporting part of the captain, and he invested it with plenty of comic energy.
Stand up, you stinking little...
How did you ever get command of a ship?
I hate your guts, you smart college guys.
Powder, this ain't no pop gun, it's a firecracker.
Newcomer Jack Lemmon won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar as Ensign Pulver, with William Powell making his final screen appearance as Doc.
It's Bob Hope, as you've never seen him before.
That same year, Cagney briefly returned to one of his favorite roles as George M. Cohan in the Bob Hope vehicle, The Seven Little Fours.
Played by nobody but that Yankee Doodle dandy, Jimmy Cagney.
Still stretching his acting muscles, Jim next appeared as silent star Lon Chaney in Man of a Thousand Faces. Tackling the role was a challenge for the actor, and his fine work proved that he was still a formidable talent.
Who are you?
I'm from the collection agency. I've come to collect my wife.
Billy Wilder's done it again in his hilarious new comedy.
Then, in 1961, he teamed with Billy Wilder for the frantic comedy 1, 2, 3. In this Cold War farce, Cagney gave a breathless performance, but he was truly miserable on set.
All right, here we go. First, get a barber and a manicurist up to the office. Next, call my lawyer. I want him here immediately. Next, I want to speak to the manager of the Berlin Hilton. Yes, sir. And send Ingeborg in here with pad and pencil. Yes, sir. Hellmacher. 1, 2, hey. Done. I'm going to lead the workers down there in revolt. Put your pants on, Spartacus.
Jim disliked Wilder's style of direction, and he called Horst Buchholz the one co-star he truly loathed. Following that unpleasant experience, Cagney left the silver screen for nearly 20 years. After one more feature appearance in Milos Forman's 1981 film Ragtime, the curtain would close on his career for the last time. He passed away on March 30th, 1986, on his beloved farm in upstate New York. Throughout a career that spanned decades, he was an actor who took risks while remaining a box office superstar. From his early days as a tough guy to his buoyant award-winning musical turns, he gave every performance his all. Hollywood will always remember James Cagney.